guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl G's Louise. I am here to share an experience with you guys that I went through when I was in Mexico. And I really, when I tell you, I super enjoyed myself. When I first went, I went by myself. That's number one. So it was an experience that I kind of like stumbled upon. I actually manifested it because I was walking up and down the strip in Mexico, and I was like, man, I really want to experience some kind of spiritual healing or something of that nature. I was really looking forward to something like that because years ago I used to literally want to go to Tulum, which is a real spirit, but now it's kind of watered down. Like back then they used to do like spiritual ceremonies and stuff like for healing and like to get you tapped into your your higher self and stuff like that. But now it's like it's just watered down basically. And Tulum is not that far from it's kind of in between Cancun and Playa del Carmen, which is where I was at. I was in Playa del Carmen, and Temazcal is basically, it's like, like when you watch it, you're gonna think it's an igloo. It looks like an igloo, okay? But it's not. And it's made out of like stone, cement, and you basically, it represents the womb. So the womb is like literally, hold on, sorry. The womb is like, how we give birth. We give life through our womb. So Temazcal is like you going into the womb and becoming rebirth again. Like it's like rebirthing yourself, right? So when I went, so what, basically you come in like your swimwear because you have to, you're gonna sweat. So, and it has a very small door on the front. So when you get there, they give you a drink, a hydrating drink, which is lemon lime. It's lime and cucumber. That's what they give you. So it's freshly squeezed lime and cucumber. Then you drink that down. And then the guy that's guiding the whole process, the whole ceremony, he comes and he doesn't speak English, so they have like a translator come. So when the translator comes, you're standing out there and they bless you with copal, which is like a stone, but it's not like a stone. It's like it's something that you burn, like you would burn myrrh. Or like a lot of these things that we get in oil form, they come in the form of like clusters, and then later on like people extract it. I'm sorry, but when people extract it or whatever, so and then it becomes the oil. However, they burn copal, and copal is what they use to cleanse us. So he did he was burning it and he was taking the smoke and he was cleansing our body from head to toe. It was a group of 4 of us total. And after we got blessed and, he said what he had to say, we go inside this little door and you go in and you have to say this word, which, forgive me, I forgot what you're supposed to say. So when you're going in, there's a word that he gives you that you're supposed to say. And you go in head first, right? You're crawling in and you go around. Inside, there's like a little like bonfire area. And it's a very small space. So it's a round bonfire like in the middle. And then you go around and then to allow the other people to sit. So we come in, you sit down and you lean up against the wall. Now the stone is fairly cold. It's chilled because, it's the ground. So as you're sitting in there, you're waiting on everybody to get settled. He comes in. He doesn't shut the door right away. Now they have like a outside fireplace that's outside, and that's where everybody puts the rocks in, and there's like these, I'm talking about huge blocks or huge rocks, and they put them in the fire and they wait till they turn orange, and then they take them out, and then they bring them into the Temazcal, right? And when they're each round they put in rocks, they bring in more rocks, so it gets hotter and hotter, and like this is like the modern day sauna. I mean, well, not the modern day. This is the caveman version of a sauna, if you want to put it like that. So it's like rocks in the middle that are super hot. Okay, I think he brought in like 8 at each round. It was a lot, and they're literally taking like shovels, right, and taking the shovels of rocks, and you bring it in. I'm just sitting there looking like, how many rocks he gonna bring in here? Like, I mean, goddamn, it's gonna get hot as hell in here. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking. But I'm a little nervous about that part. But let me tell you what. And when you reference this shit to life, right? Because I really had, when I went there, literally, I was like trying to heal. I have a lot of shit that I was trying to heal from that had been uprooted abruptly into my life. Things that I thought I had gotten over, I wasn't over that shit. And I know that a lot of people are experiencing that, especially if they're in their 30s and up. I know, I don't give a damn who you is. It's something that had triggered or happened in your life, even if it was a death in the family. I don't give a fuck. It's always some kind of crisis or tragedy that comes along in your life, and it like forces you to look at shit and self-reflect. It like literally forces you to do it. Now, for those that ignore it and don't, they say, well, shit, they don't want to put up with it, they don't want to deal with it, cool, whatever, that's your preference. But me personally, I wanted to deal with it, face it, and because I didn't want to ever face it again. I didn't want this shit to come back up and cause any issues in my life anymore, because I've been so freaking hurt. Oh, she is too cute. Oh, both of them are too cute. Sorry. So I was like, anyway, I'm there. I'm like, fuck, I need anything. So I go in, and the lady's translating, and she's explaining to us what exactly is about to happen. And he's basically guiding us through the spiritual, I don't want to call it, it was like going to war in your mind, to like going to bat, facing shit and batting that shit down. Like, this is what you're faced with. Let's talk. Let's face it. Look at it in his eyes, and just like, psh, you know what I'm saying? Like, knock that shit out. So that's exactly kind of what happened. So he went from door to door, and he explained. So each door represented a thing in your life, like self-knowledge, challenges, hurts. We're at door this, and we had like at least 4 rounds, and each round was labeled, like I just said, knowledge of self, fears, just different stuff. Okay, so as he's going through it, he's once we get to each door, he's gonna shut the door, and he does like he beats on this drum, and he's like singing a song. And, like at the end of each song, we had to repeat after him. And like he would throw water on the hot ass rocks. So each time he would throw water on the hot rocks, you're like, it's like so hot in this motherfucker. Like, when I tell you it's hot, it's hot. It ain't your average sauna. Okay? Like you done been there, you done been to a sauna, whatever, and you stomach that shit. This is like, listen. When I tell you this shit is real in the field, like, it's hot. The first round. Tell me why we did each round, he bringing more rocks. It's hotter and hotter each time. It's not even this ain't even no joke. So, literally, it's like, you know how you feel if you ever climbed a mountain or went hiking? You know how when you feel when you get to the top of the mountain and you're like, oh, I made it. Like, you tired as hell. You out of breath. You like, God damn. I did this shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay. That's how it feels when you get through each door. Because that's what we're doing. We're busting down each door. Like, knowledge of self. That wasn't the first one, though. I can't recall the order in which he did it. But, they were milestones in your life, things that may be possibly holding you back in life. And when I tell you, I went through each door, but once you would get through that first door, it'd be so hot, man. I'm talking about you sweating, you drenched in sweat. The first round of sweat is like salty. You can taste the salt coming off your sweat. And you in there now, it's dark. You're just like, you're in meditation mode, but with the noise, like he's guiding it. He's doing he's beating the drum, but he's talking. But she's translating, so you know exactly what he's saying. And you're visualizing what he's saying, and you're like, trying to get through. I don't know if any of you guys know Sadhguru and you've done inner engineering, but he does a lot of the same things, but without the pressure of the heat. He does the same thing where he's guiding you through something, and he's having you visualize you climbing a mountain or getting through something that was major for you. And getting through something that's major for you might have been the death of a family member, or a breakup, or a heartbreak, or it could have been like loss of taking money losses. Anything that you feel like that you lost that had a huge impact on your life. These are the things that I'm speaking of. And man, like I literally was getting through these doors, and I mean, each time it got hotter and hotter. It was to the point, okay, that I was drenched, completely wet. It was as if I was in a bathtub with the shower running. So I'm sitting in the bathtub with the shower running. That's how wet I was. My feet and hands were pruned, okay? When we got to the last door to really free yourself, man, it was so hot. It was so hot inside of there. I was so wet. And when I tell you I had to lay down in there because it was so, like, it was so hot that I feel like I couldn't breathe. But I had to mentally calm myself, like, okay, you can breathe. You're good. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to yourself, okay? So I'm in there. I'm like, man, you good? Because one of the girls, she couldn't handle that shit. She was like, oh my God. And she was Spanish, so she was saying all this shit. And the man was calming her down, saying more shit, because she didn't translate that stuff. And I was just like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? She tripping. And that was only the first. That was the first round. She couldn't handle that shit. And he let her out. You know what I'm saying? But man, when I got through that last door, because each time you get through the door, he opens the door. It's like, whew. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so hot in there, man. When I tell you, this is a closed, like, this is an igloo, a stone igloo, and it's closed. It ain't no airway. And he's throwing steam. It's getting hotter and hot. I'm talking about big ass rocks now. Y'all not listening? Are you listening? Man, I can't even tell you. He was like, it was like you had to have the strength to get through that shit. And I understand. I equated that with the shit that I was really going through in real life. Like, I'm not gonna let this shit get the best of me. What the fuck? I'm not doing that shit. I'm motherfucking G's Louise. So when I got through it, you're supposed to come out when it's time to leave out. You come out and you rebirth again. You come out the womb head first, crawl out the small little door, and you're born again. You're in rebirth. You know what I'm saying? You literally made it through. And when I tell you, each time, all of us that followed through to the end was like, man, we did that shit. Like, man, and that's how it feels in real life when you get through some stuff that you didn't think you could get through. Something that was supposed to break you. Something that was supposed to just tear you all the way down, and you didn't let it do that shit. That's a victory. What Nipsey Hussle say? That's a victory lap. Let me get that. That's a victory lap. Every time. I was so like, I felt refreshed. When I left there, couldn't wait to get back to my room. I had the best hotel. I don't know. I can't explain it to you. It was beautiful. It was the most. I was in a palace for a week, literally, in Mexico. Right by the beach. Perfect. But that experience, I will never forget. I actually would like to do it again. Maybe with a family member or a friend. But yeah. It was everything. I'm gonna put the link in the description box. And this again is something that you would have to do if you are in the mindset to do that. Because when you are at rock bottom and emotionally, and you feel emotionally stranded, there are things that you will do that you never would have done prior to set yourself free, because the torment, when the spirit of torment attaches itself to you, you're gonna do some things because you long for your peace again. You're like, man, just anything to feel better. And that experience really helped me feel like you did that shit. You got through that shit. And I did. Not only did I get through that experience, I got through what I had been going through. You know, and if you're weak-minded, man, you could really go through something in life and it can really take you out and take you to a place that you didn't think you would ever be in or go to. And I'm talking about emotionally and spiritually. I'm not speaking about physically going somewhere. Because you can travel. You can travel in your mind. You can travel within. And the more you travel within, the better your exterior life becomes. And I remember with Jada and Will, they are bomb. Okay, I really like them. I don't care what people say about them. I really don't care. But with Jada and Will, Jada is the one that likes to travel within, and Will, he travels without. He's, you know, Will's an air sign. He's a Libra. And then we got, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I hope you're doing
You look fantastic.
I feel good. I'm about to go home and eat some great food.
Oh, yes, Agahana is the best.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
But, yeah, so, like, Jada is a traveler within. The things that she likes to do, it's not exactly what Will likes to do. Will likes to travel the world physically. And Jada is traveling within, all over the world, all over her world, all over, you know, inside of her, all the different parts of her to find her peace. And I just think it's so dope how they agreed to, like, their lifestyle, man. It wasn't no breaking up for them. It was longevity. And I always wanted that. You know, I'm 38, whatever, it is what it is. But, like, to somebody to you live your life with. And even though they went through some bullshit, but they did understand. They found an understanding between each other. Like, look, this is how we gonna coexist together. You like this and I like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what you like. And I'll go do that shit. You know what I'm saying? It should be okay to let your partner be like, man, this is what you like to do. I like to do this. And that's it. And that's what we gonna rock on that. It is what it is. But, you know, so many closed-minded people. So many people that don't understand the depths of things. And they live on the surface, which is fine. I don't. I'm a water sign. I am a fish. So, yeah, I don't live. I'm a deep diver. I don't live on the surface. I will come to the surface. I know how to come to the surface, and I can hit it with the best of them on the surface. But I like being down under in the depths. But anyway, till next time, family, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy it all. Queen of Second Chances. And please energetically donate to my channel by hitting the thumbs up. And if you have not already became a part of the Queen of Second Chances family, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it.